Welcome, Panther fans, to another edition of Panther Preview. I'm Harold Tillman. As usual, I'm standing next to Coach Sims of the Pascagoula High School football team.
Hey, good to see you, Harold. Welcome to Pantherland once again, and looking forward to this next week. But can't wait to talk about last week. Last week was great. What a great week for the Panthers.
We did a lot of things last week that, not only the win, a 38-50 win for Pascagoula, much needed, but there was other things that took place too. And I'll start off by congratulating you on your 100th win, your 100th career win as a head coach. But to me, more important is you tied Coach Matthews at 75 for the most winningest coach in Pascagoula history. And congratulations.
Wow, thank you, Harold. It's just humbling to be even mentioned in the same sentence as somebody like Coach Matthews and what all he was able to accomplish. But it's not a singular award for one person. It's that's something that was achieved by hundreds of young men. Lots of coaches that came through and put in their time, sweat, and tears to make the program what it is. We've been very fortunate over the last 11 years to really coach probably near 1,000 kids. And out of those 1,000 kids, hopefully we were able to instill a war-faced mentality in all of them, where they could go out and be successful in the world and know that when they came through, we coached them hard, but we loved them hard as well. And we continue to do that. And ultimately, everybody wants to win. Winning is hard. It's one of the hardest things you'll ever do in life is win. So it has to be more than about winning. It's got to be more about preparing these young men to go out and be those successful, in whatever they do, whether it's being a successful husband, a successful father, or having a purpose bigger than themselves. We came in 2011 and we laid that as our foundation of what we wanted our kids to be when they left our program. I thought we haven't always accomplished those goals, but we continually work to get there. We want them to work. We want them to work with a great attitude every single day. We want them to choose it when their feet hit the floor. We want them to respect the game and respect their teammates, their family, their work environment, whatever they're doing. We want them to treat each other like family. Sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes it's a bad thing. But families able to support each other through thick and thin and just understand that we protect that family name that's on the front and that name that's on the back as well. We're accountable for our actions every single day. We've got great character even when nobody's looking. And we're going to win the day. We're going to do it with enthusiasm. And you get to choose those things. And if we can have our young men leave this program knowing what those core values are, then I think we've been successful. And we've won more than football games. We've won young men's lives.
Absolutely. And before we get away from it, let's talk about some more of the records that were set.
Oh, yeah.
There was an offensive total
616
yardage.
total yards. It surpassed the 528 set in 2013. Drew Dunn threw for almost 500 yards against George County. We beat the 1976 football team's record for number of rushing yards in a football game. We actually blew that out of the water. Beat it by almost 100 yards. Just phenomenal. Cam DeFlanders became third on the list for most yards in a game with 292 yards rushing. Isaiah Ben was able to break 1,000 yards, and we were just a few yards short of having 300-yard rushers in one football game.
That's amazing.
Along with the passing touchdown from Keelan to Houston Johnson, who was able to get a 40-yard reception for a touchdown. That puts him in the running to break record for number of touchdowns in a career as a receiver at Pascagoula. He's already broken the record for receptions in a career. So that's just a testament to the young men we have on this team and their resiliency. I mean, being at a point where we were 1-6, they really could have just rolled over and gave in to whatever, que sera, but they didn't. And I kept reminding, I think it was Joe Davis I was talking to last week during practice.
God help you.
And I said, we don't practice like we're 2-6. And I told him that we didn't practice like we were 1-6 or 1-5 or whatever it was. And we never practiced that way. We still have never practiced like a team that you would think at 3-6 is bemoaning itself and, oh, woe is me, the world is bleak, we can't do anything right. We're always, when we come in, hey, we can do this. We can do this. And their attitude right now is we can do this. We can go out Win Friday night, be 1-0 at the end of the night, take us to 3-0 in the last 3 weeks, 4-6 on the season, which is not where we wanted to be when we started. A couple of bounces here or there in several games, and all of a sudden we're sitting at 6-4, 5-5, 7-3, making a run into the playoffs.
Right.
So again, kudos to our young men there and the toughness that they've been taught throughout their lives and by their family and friends and community, and their ability to rebound and be resilient. And if you can be resilient, you can be successful at anything.
Absolutely. And look, I'd be wrong to not at least mention the offensive line last week. You don't get that kind of yardage without
Harold. You might have run for 75 yards. Maybe 100. Some of those holes were just enormous. So we ran our buck sweep, and we ran our power game as well as we've ever run it. And knock on a little wood right here, but playing a Hancock team that is they're desperate for a win as well. They're sitting at 3-6 or 3-7. And they're looking for a region win, and they're going to be tough on Friday night. They got some number 20, number 25 are two of the toughest runners we'll see. They run hard inside. They run a shotgun version of the wing tee. They love to run the buck sweep, the trap, the jet, and they'll run waggle and flood off of that. So we've got to be ready. They have a little Sally reverse. Sally will get you looking over here and then slide her back on the other side. So we've got to be prepared for all of those things, but we just finished talking to the guys, and we talked about opportunity last week. When opportunity to be courageous comes, you've got two choices. You can either take advantage of that opportunity because you were prepared and you were willing, or you could not answer that not because you're unwilling or you're unprepared. So prepare as if you we're going to have that opportunity. Aiden Alsop, what a great game he had. He came in off the bench in the second quarter and had just a phenomenal game for us. And it was just a joy to watch him play on homecoming, his senior year, come out and do what he did was just phenomenal.
Well, I tell you, I'm excited about the Hancock game. I'm excited about the week that we just closed out. But again, the Hancock game's coming up, and I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah, Thursday night. Don't forget to let people know it is a Thursday night lights game.
I said we were. This is something that I said in the broadcast. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I'm going to say it. I said we were traveling to Hancock. We are not traveling to Hancock. It is at War Memorial Stadium right here in Pascagoula.
Yep. It's right here, 7:00 on Thursday night. Remember, you can get your tickets on GoFan.co. If you can't find your way out to the game, you can just join us on YouTube or Facebook Live. So the games will be there by WGUD. Harold always does a wonderful job. My dad said he enjoys listening to you and do the games. And so that's my parents. They really, for the first time in my coaching career, they haven't really been able to get out to the games. Got some health issues going on. But they've enjoyed watching them. I think my daddy likes being in his own chair, watching it from the comforts of his own living room. So,
well, I guess we're wrapping up here, Panther fans.
Yeah.
We're going to see you Thursday night, War Memorial Stadium, Pascagoula, Hancock.